Good morning, boys and girls. How's everyone doing, man? It's your boy Tommy P right here on the Daily Grind Show, man. We're excited as always to get the day started off, especially on Monday, man, because Monday it's about that money making Monday, man. We're everybody probably got back to work and got everything going, so we love to keep giving you that rhythm to get to it. Because I'm telling you, listen. Focus Radio, I told y'all we took a little time off, man. We wanted to get our experience right for you because I know what it feels like to ride through the city with the station that, like, yeah, man, yeah, they giving us what we need. And so I guess I'll go ahead and start off as people are coming to the room. That's my confession. So anybody think that I'm still chasing after my dreams, let me go ahead and help y'all out with that. My dream as a little kid growing up here in Roanoke, I hated that music because I love music. From a young age, I love music. So I hated that music we really didn't have, from the genres of R&B and now hip-hop, which was taking the scene. No real stations playing that, of course, shouts out to TOY still in and doing their thing, but they were AM station and they weren't. The church mothers over there was like, nah, we're not doing all that. We ain't doing all that. But then some of the other stations around here would play a little bit, but they wouldn't play you and so, my dream was to be able to do that. When I first started making my way back to Roanoke, that was the whole thing. Actually was putting ourselves in position to buy WTOY. And it just didn't, the numbers didn't make sense. So knowing what had happened from being in the past before with what I had done with my business with selling CDs and stuff, we said we'll just go digital. That's where it's at. And so we're happy to be doing it, man. It's going on 7 years, and I am very happy for those who are coming up in the room. Shouts out to her. Checked out her show this morning, Miss Conceited Bale, doing her thizzle down there in lovely Florida. Good to see you doing your thing. Big shouts out to the big homie Milton Hardy Jr. Let me tell you something. I went to church. Some of y'all who may have seen my post yesterday, I put the post I went to church. I've done church. I've done church all over the world. I've actually been to where church started from. I've been there a couple times. I actually was over there with this guy who is a worshiping spirit man. Loved what he's doing still out in the community. Mr. Milton Hardy Jr., man, great music out there. Check him out. Of course, you can hear him play on Focus Radio as well. Leonard Murray, good morning to you, sir. Master Sergeant Barbecue, and of course, my big sister, love you, baby. Long time no see. Good to see you and see you doing your thing out there. Tamika Pullen, man, we had. It's great to always be able to do this, man, to stay connected, and also to motivate us to want to say, hey, man, there is still more. And guess what? We don't have to keep talking about it. We can do something about it. So we're excited about it. And, of course, this weekend I was out there and moving about the city. And we're going to talk about some of those things today. I'm going to have to send a shout-out to, we'll give them some space when we definitely get over to the sports element. There was two teams that went out from Roanoke, man, went down to the Nationals and put in work, man. So those young guys, and I watched them during the season. I watched them actually play games. They're good teams with good coaching, and I love that the city has come out and supported them. To see that they went out there and put the city on the map, man. We definitely going to talk about them later on in the show. We also had a chance to go out there and see. I'm so glad that our nightlife is picking up. I know that, Roanoke, we're more, we're closer to the Bible Belt. And we even had a police chief who made reference to going out and things that was happening, as this is not a rap video. So I get it. It's almost like that whole Footloose thing. Footloose. What was that, Dirty Dancing? Anyway, one of those things like that. But the beauty of it is I recall and I remember how when hip-hop was starting to come on the scene, how Roanoke, man, we used to have the best concerts. Of course, we had the best parties. Shouts out to Hootie Mac over there on Carroll. And, other people was getting in. But, Ferncliff Hill. Shouts out to my brother, Sir Scratch, and my other brother, Johnny. and at the time the young promoter. But seeing all that stuff come to fruition and where we at now, to see that we have quality nightclubs and places where people come, it was good to see Munch coming back home and him down there doing his thing. Yo, what up, Bubby? Shout out to Bubby up in the room, man, down there in Atlanta. I love being able to have this platform to talk to the world. And we're grateful that those who are from the Star City check in, but we love being able to talk to those all over the world about what's happening over the world and how that translates to what's going on in Roanoke. So with that said, man, we're going to let everyone get in the room. I do want y'all to like and share so we get everybody else in the room. We're going to talk about some news, what's going on. I'm going to tell y'all what. I'll be honest. I had no idea what the whole impeachment thing was about. And honestly, well, I knew what it was about because he's been wilding. I mean, obvious. But I mean, what I didn't know is how that translated to the whole Russian thing. The Russian thing was like really confusing to me. But I guess now, after finally reading an article about it, that I get a little bit more understanding about it. We're going to talk about that, see what that, how that messes with our money on this Monday. We also, like I said, we're going to definitely talk about sports, what happened this weekend. I see Buffy talking about the Cowboys. So we talk about what happened in there. I'm not happy about what's going on with my my fantasy football team, but that's a whole nother bag of beans. We'll do that and some more when we get back. So take a quick look at these promos, man. We want you get your business out here so we can keep sharing it. The more of us look at this, the more of us share about our businesses. And I definitely got to talk about that. A business holiday dinner that happened last night really blew my mind of how dope that was. So the more businesses we get active in this space and the more we push what we need to get done from our own networks, I know we'll get it done. So keep it locked. We'll be right back on the Daily Grind Show. All right?
These people might look similar to you. Some are patients, and some are volunteers. A lot of people without insurance are unsure where to turn. At Bradley Free Clinic, physicians, dentists, and others volunteer to provide free services to people who need them. A healthy community depends on everyone. If you don't have insurance, we can help, because we bring together great health providers and the people who need them.
Was the night before Christmas.
Certified public accounting firm of N. Wesley Pugsley Jr. Associates would like to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and
wait a minute, Dad. We're not going to play that old song. Let's play this.
Hang all the mistletoe.
Nah. I got something better than this we need to listen to right here.
Drew.
We're not playing that song.
Anyway, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you're looking for a CPA firm to prepare your taxes, please consider us. We have over 25 years experience and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
I am LaVon Sanders, and I am WooWee. WooWee stands for Women Helping to Encourage Women, Women's Empowerment. I created this group because I've seen for a long time how we as women treat each other, and I felt a platform was needed where we can have those conversations with one another. We should be able to support each other and be on each other's team. There tends to be a lot of jealousy amongst women, and I just think at the age we're at, it's time to let go of those issues. This is why I created WooWee, and I appreciate everyone's support. Let's continue to ride this journey together. Again, I am LaVon Sanders, a woman helping to encourage women.
All right. We back, man. Thank y'all for jumping in the room. Shouts out to the big homie, Jamiko KZ. Hey, man, holla at your boy, man. Stop playing. Chrissy T, man, who definitely, I love when, people who have skill sets that are needed, who don't mind jumping in, man. So shouts out to Chrissy, man. Been riding with your boy for a long time, man. She definitely been helping out lately. What we've been doing with where we pushing this thing. So we thank her. Who else is up in the room? Of course, Mr. Burks, man. Thank you for jumping up here. Yo, Don Brazzy, what up, homie? Alicia Renee, good morning to you. What up, Unique, Keith Gray, Judy Mullins, everyone who's up in the room. Thank y'all. I definitely want y'all, man, to say, because look here, I'm bopping, I'm rocking, I'm going through the city, getting it popping. I want y'all to definitely check out our new website, man. It's definitely a whole new experience. It's giving you an opportunity now to see what we really have been here doing. We've been about getting this money and getting the money. I think that Walmart, Facebook, a lot of those places, you can pull, but get my screen. A lot of those places have shown that being a one-trick pony is not the most feasible way of going about staying, I guess, current. So we've created a business ecosystem that we feel proud about. Going into 2020, we're happy about. We have our own platform to have our own media going out to the world, and thank y'all for tuning into it so that it does be appreciated, and we can bring back those dope concerts and other stuff that's happening. I do want to hit y'all with some news up here so y'all do have know what's going on, and like I'm just up here blabbing all the time. And plus, it's just helping me out because I had no idea that what was going on with the whole impeachment thing, mainly because I'm just at a different space with the political whole thing at that level. I really, and that's why we get so involved with the local area. Thank you, Vice Mayor Joe Cobb, as well as Councilwoman Patricia White Boyd for coming out last night to an event that really, like I said, made my heart really feel wonderful. There was 5 different businesses represented. 4 of them come out of Northwest, and to see and know 3 of them right there in that corridor. Right over there, off of, right up by Mr. What's that? Mr. Z's or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, Boost Mobile. Boost Mobile, New Look was there. Shouts out to them, man. It was a wonderful time. And seeing people who I grew up with now saying they getting this money, man. Of course, we've all had our mindset of how we go about getting our money, but legitimately putting businesses together. And I really love what Boost Mobile has done to be in the cell phone space, knowing that we all use cell phones. So we should be definitely looking into them as one of our first options, those who come from the community, to make sure that, when you are building something in your community, it's going to automatically trickle over, man. So thank them for being focused and getting that money. But I told you I was going to be some stories out there going on with the House. And I read this today because with all this going on, I will say the one thing about the Trump administration, because we have been paying attention to all the other stuff, there's been so many huge opportunities that open up for entrepreneurs of all colors. Even though a bigot or someone racist or whatever like that, I'm not saying necessarily, I'll let y'all do this out of there, but I'm saying even that, from either side, can't stop policy. So if policy says that everyone has equal access as long as you provide the qualified things to get the work done, you can take advantage of it. And that's what we've been happy to be able to do, man, taking advantage of the opportunity down here. But I am saying that finally I know what's going on, I think, with what happened with Russia. And I thought, because I was like, man, the Cold War, that stuff is over. Why y'all tripping? But I read NBC News. We're going to go ahead and read their report on it. From NBC News, it says, House Judiciary Committee publishes full impeachment report. In making this case that President Donald Trump abuses power and obstructed Congress, the committee concludes, President Trump has realized the framers' worst nightmare. Aha! He was framing stuff. I see now. Now it makes more sense that just getting that activity going on was enough to disturb the election and possibly why he won. Because like I said last week, I couldn't see how he won, and I didn't see what what's-her-face had done not to. But the article says the House Judiciary Committee released its full report on the impeachment of President Donald Trump early Monday, ahead of consideration by the full House as early as Wednesday. 658-page document, that's a novel, yo. Issued just after midnight Sunday, is an explanation in 4 parts of the committee's process and justification for recommending 2 articles of impeachment against Trump: abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Committee led by Republican Jerry Nadler devotes Part 1 to detailing the process by which the House Intelligence Committee investigated the case against Trump. Part 2 is dedicated to examining the standards of impeachment laid out in the Constitution. Part 3 delves into the details of the Democrats' case that Trump abused the power of his office to pressure foreign government, that of Ukraine, to investigate his domestic political rival and interfere in 2020 presidential election. That is interesting. That is very, very interesting. This now it makes a little bit more sense. But again, I think it really has more to do with, in the political space, we really have to get an idea and an identity of what we're going to do as this country. We've kind of, I know a lot of people may not have understood what the Obama administration did. I really believe it showed and gave us the traction of where we're doing, where we're now really saying that anyone can hold the seat as long as they're qualified. One of the things that I think Dr. King really was advocating to us, that let's stop judging by the color of the skin. This is on all sides of the coin. Let's really continue to really see what a person is doing by the content of their character and see how that plays out. So I think that now we really have to, as we get into this election, see what people are really about. Let's not get on the hype of who they are, or what we might think they may bring, because I know everyone thought that Trump coming into office was just going to make our financial status just get all the way right. But the reality is still up to us in order to do that, to get our money together. So we can start looking at each candidate and everyone that's out here and see what their nature is and see what is really going on that way. And I think that's trying to divert us from it. Tell me what y'all think, man. Hit me up if y'all knew what was going on with the whole impeachment process and why it was taking up so much space during this year. If y'all knew, y'all, because I had no idea. So hit me up in our feed. We're going to take a quick break, man, and definitely show some love to those teams who got it in this weekend down there in the Nationals. Also see what's going on in sports this week. I got my fantasy team, man, is hurting. But I think I was set up because the guy who actually put the fantasy league together, I'm actually playing him. And his team, his guys had 70 points before we even got to Sunday. I'm like, that don't seem right. But we'll talk about that, man. Some more Money Making Monday right here on the Daily Grind. So keep it locked, all right?
Go anywhere you want to go. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Go anywhere you want to go. Travel without worries. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Travels without worries. Visit us at jnktours.com or reach us by phone at 540-795-0381. J&K Tours.
I'm mad because every day when I wake up, I got an opportunity to affect somebody's life in a positive way. Not drag people down like crabs in a bucket, but help somebody uplift themselves. And I'm mad because I'm here to make a change. That's why I rap to change.
Faith for a Cure has a fourfold mission rooted in the cure. We care about the cause. We unite people with people. We partner with researchers in order to provide the most current information for persons living with sickle cell anemia in order to educate and spread awareness about this disease. Learn more about sickle cell anemia at www.faithforacure.org.
The Bradley Free Clinic provides free, compassionate, and high-quality medical, dental, pharmaceutical, and preventative health care services for Roanoke Valley residents who lack the resources necessary to maintain their health and productivity using volunteer healthcare professionals. Check them out on their website at bradleyfreeclinic.com. Yes, sir. We're back, man. It's going down. Thank y'all for coming up here. Good morning, Melinda Irby. Thank you for coming down. Of course, also Brandon Crawford. Both of those are key elements to what we do from the Star City Clothing. As you see, got the kid from VA Gent. Make sure you check out. You've seen the promos on there, the university, as well as our embroidery for our other Star City Clothing is done by Pretty Please on Broad, man. So go check them out online. Get you what you need. I know it's the holiday season and some great gift ideas, man, and some stuff that they do. So they do some very great things over there. So hit them up, man. But talk about holidays. We are excited about definitely one. I think there's been a lot of posts from it, and even went up there. These lights are something today, boy. Maybe the coffee too. I'm a big boy, sweating a little bit. Where my makeup? Hilarious. Anyway, but a post I see. Go ahead and grab my screen. Post from Liz Lawrence. I think sums it up the best. She posted 46 minutes ago. She said, "Congrats to the VA Wolverines on their championship and VA Colts on their third place win this past week." I never knew what all the emojis meant though. Just so y'all had to help me with that. This is a perfect ending to a winning year for youth sports in the city. From the Lady Storm and VA Warriors, which I didn't know, but of course I know the homie Chief Alvin McCauley had them young ladies out there doing their thizzle, bringing home national championship trophies this summer, to now the fellas closing out the year. This area was really put on the map by our youth, and we need to recognize their efforts and hard work. We started a trend, so let's keep our kids involved and encouraged. Sky's the limit. No student loans, champions, VA. I like that. Let me go ahead and matter of fact, let me go ahead and love that one. That is dope. The Wolverines definitely shouts out to them as well as these basketball clubs. And I think she said it best in a sense that I know that during the midst of 80s, 90s, when we were figuring it out with now, with the life and the culture, I know it was sports that was always an outlet, and it kept me out of some very, very troubling situations. And I know it kept some of those who may have even still fell victim. I know a lot of it was subsided because a lot of them was involved with sports. I was just hanging out with the homie Mike Rubin the other day, and I was talking about a lot of people remember Mike Rubin used to bring that thunder from the defensive end side, man. But it's just really good to see the young people getting involved, and we really want young people to get back involved with youth sports because this now translates, like she said, the next level. A big shout out to the homie Shannon Taylor. I saw him got a young man that's signing with Temple. We've got people out there doing it that now carries over with the support that carries over to, as we saw this weekend, the homie who's playing with the Lake Show representing the Star City, Troy Daniels, man, giving back this weekend. A lot of kids out there for the holiday give back. So now it's not even like this is just a normal thing we do from the Star City. Like we really rock at that space. We are the biggest star over on this side of the globe, man. So hats off to all those teams, and let's continue to support them, as she stated, so that the young people will find challenges going to be out there in the world, but staying active and staying in something that teaches discipline, that teaches being able to work with other people. Just the one thing I will say about sports. Now, we know that times are changing. People are, on the me, myself, and I type tip and cool, and that's fine. But in life, in order to get something done, you're going to have a team. Technology is great, but it takes a team, and I'm so grateful for the team that we have over here at New Focus, all working parts to do what it does. But that's one thing that sports teaches you as well. It teaches you how to, even people you don't like. I remember playing on teams with people who I didn't really care for as far as their character and things like that. But we knew that when it came down to getting out there and we was playing against the opponent, we had to put that stuff aside and get out there and play ball. So thank y'all, all parents who have been involved. I saw so many parents who have now not just dropping the kids off, because that's important too. Don't just drop the kids off and let it be someone else's parents' responsibility to get involved with that portion of life. I think one of the biggest things, and why I'm so appreciative and why I stay so motivated, and that as long as she's happy about what I'm doing, I'm really cool. People can say what they want to about me. My mother never missed any of my games. I want to say she rarely missed any of my practices, but I know she missed none of my games. She was at every game that I ever played in until I got to college, because I didn't play. That's why I told her, don't even come up. I'm not playing this week. Coach, don't put in freshmen. Don't even come up. But every game I ever played in, she was there. And that definitely is something that speaks volumes, that, I knew she was never too far away, so that therefore when other situations came up that I had to make choices, I kept that in my mind. So just think about that, parents. I love seeing that the boys went and battled it out last week in PH and Fleming basketball. Of course, hey, we don't have to get all excited. Yes, we need to hopefully get better, but they've been fighting and doing stuff after the game of Fleming PH since I was there. So let's be a little bit more, just do what we got to do so it don't have to be 30 police cars coming out like I did. I was like, what in the world just didn't happen in Roanoke? But, man, we do appreciate that. I do want to wrap up in football real quick what happened over the weekend, man. We did see that Indiana, man, and New Orleans are playing tonight. I need New Orleans tight end to have a 50-point game in order for me to win my fantasy. That's a whole different bag of beans. But Baltimore obviously wasn't going to have any problems with New York Jets, but they are definitely looking good. Shouts out to them winning the division. New England still cruising along over Cincinnati, 34-13. Tampa Bay over Detroit, 38-17. Green Bay over Chicago, 21-13. Houston over Tennessee, 24-21. Kansas City over Denver, 23-3. The New York Giants over my former team, the Miami Dolphins, 36-20. Philadelphia with a win over Washington, which the NFC East is just, we'll talk about that tomorrow, I guess, when we take it there. But they did win over, Philadelphia went over Washington 37-27. Seattle came back, they beat my Panthers, but we won't even discuss that, 30-24. We already know where that's going. Jacksonville over Oakland, which, the Oakland person, we won't even get to that. Jacksonville over Oakland, 2016. Arizona over Cleveland, 38-24. Minnesota over the Chargers, 39-10. And Dallas, no wonder they're so happy. Dallas over the Rams, 44-21. Atlanta over San Fran. How does that happen? 29-22. And something that's a big game from, our local area. We still, shouts out to Danville. Three brothers, man. That was history. That was history that happened last night. Three brothers all played in a game together last night. One of the brothers being the linebacker from Buffalo, and safety and running back for Pittsburgh. The Edmonds brothers out of Danville, man. Putting in work for their city. Shouts out to y'all, man. And shouts out to each one of y'all who's checked into the show each morning. Please like, share, and keep this thing going. Not because I need attention. It's because the things that we're talking about does. So we thank y'all for getting involved and doing what you do. I do have to leave, man, but I always love to leave you by saying that thing inside of you. It's not a dream, it's your purpose. Set your sights on your targets and hit them, because the only one who can stop you is you. Once you truly start to believe in that thing and walk in your act of faith, God will allow it to manifest, and I promise you it's not something I heard. It's something we're living every day, and so grateful for it. Being a broadcast live from the great city of Roanoke, Virginia, man, out to the world. It's still the Daily Grind Show, the originators. Remember that, the originators. Keep it locked. We'll see you tomorrow, all right?